Hey, Joe, we've talked about rewriting the rules and the general concept of why it's needed, why now, and the impact that it can have on organizations. We've designed it or structured it so that there are five different components. Let's talk through those and just give
Yep.
people a flavor, if you will, of each one. And we start with alignment, which is something that not just from a team standpoint, but at an individual level, we got to be aligned on our priorities and so forth. We call the first one align on what matters. And I think that's such an important and critical place to start.
Yeah, I don't know where else to we could start. If honestly, if you don't have that, I don't think there's much to work with because I think, we all have to want to achieve the same things. We all have to believe in the same priorities in order for us to kind of then cascade down from there in terms of the ways that we operate together. So, yeah, to me, this is like the heart and soul of the whole thing is, what are we here trying to achieve together? What are we creating together? What's top of our list in terms of the value that we're creating for ourselves in the world, for our customers. So yeah, this is the kickoff.
I think a lot of people, well, first of all, we talk alignment, right? We talk about strategic goals and objectives and so forth. But at an individual level, I think that's where we all fall
Mm.
into this, mouse on the wheel environment, and maybe lose that alignment. And so I think
Mm.
part of rewriting the rules is not just establishing that alignment on the front end, but it's kind of the magnet that's going to keep drawing you back to it when maybe you're being pulled in a lot of different directions. There's an awful lot of value in creating that type of structure, and that's what we're trying to accomplish with this first component.
Yeah, really important in a world where everybody I know feels like they're being pulled in a thousand different directions. And so that's why this is more important than ever. You've got to have what you keep coming back to together. Otherwise, you're overwhelmed with the priority of the day, the this, the that. So, again, you and I have been having these types of conversations with teams for a long time. Right now, to me, it seems absolutely pressing that we kind of get people together to talk about, what do we want? What's important to
Right.
us? Because people desperately need that in order to create boundaries, in order to create, structure that helps them manage their days, that helps them manage their conversations. Otherwise, everything's a priority and nothing is, and everybody's working, 7 days a week. And so the statistics around burnout, the statistics around disengagement, those are real,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what's also real, and we agree on this, is that it's not a feel good fix to those things. It's getting really clear about what you're there for and what it
Yeah.
takes to deliver on that. So this subject might have been around for a while, but I think the 2025 version of it is more relevant and more real than ever.
Yeah, I think the clarity that you alluded to, I think it's easy for us to get general about our clear objectives. We're here to
Right,
serve the customer or the member. We're here to
right.
grow, meet our objectives, etc. But the specifics of that is, I think, where we fall out of alignment sometimes. How we're going to get to that objective. Hey, one other thing as it relates to this alignment that I wanted to spotlight is as it's improved at the C level, both
Mm.
collectively as a team, but then also individually, where I'm going with this, Jill, is as an individual leader becomes better aligned, that cascades down to their team, right? So this has a total ripple effect throughout the entire organization once we get that alignment at the top of the organization.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't know where else to start. Like, if you don't have this, then you will continue your favorite word from the last conversation to be disjointed, overwhelmed. I talk in my book and in my work, I talk a lot about yes and no. So to me, yes and no are your two little tools, little words, lots of power. You know, what are we saying yes to? What are we saying
Yeah,
no
I love
to?
that.
Like, this is not going to be some airy fairy, like big words conversation that we're going to put on a wall. This is about
Yeah.
what are we saying yes to? So, therefore, as you say, if it cascades down to other people who go, oh, okay. So now I know that I can say no to this, you know, uh, potential partner that I've been having discussions with for, a few months. Now, actually, that doesn't fit. And let me cut that out. I
Yeah.
think boundaries are more important than ever. Clarity of focus is more important than ever. Knowing your yes and your no is more important than ever to trying to kind of help us. You frame the whole thing in the first conversation around thrive, not survive. Like this,
Hmm.
it's got to start here.
Yeah, I love that. And you're right. We have to learn to say no, and we have to respect when someone else says no. It's
Right.
not a it's not a defense mechanism or avoidance. It is, being aligned. Okay.